Hello everybody, it's me, Trudy Healy, and this is for your weekly angel romance reading. So this is for the week beginning December 3rd, 2018. We're going to be using, for the main part of the reading, we're going to be using Psychic Tarot for the Heart Oracle cards, Oracle deck or whatever, by John Holland. And we're going to be plucking cards from Notes from the Universe on Love and Connection by Mike Dooley, and Keepers of the Light Oracle cards by Kyle Gray. So apologies that I wasn't on last week, but as I was saying in the general weekly reading, when I don't do a reading for that particular week, that you should rewatch the same reading from the week prior because it still applies. And I do believe I had mentioned that it was going to be a long reading since like the energy of the weekend leading into this week. Now, if you haven't watched the general reading, I do encourage you to do that. I'm also looking forward to doing the zodiac for the remaining part of the year, what you need to accomplish before 2019. Let's get that out of the way. That way we can have a fresh start for this wonderful year. And also, I was saying on my on the general reading that I am offering a gift to each and every one of you. So should you like to have a personal card pulled for free, please leave me your email address in the comments below. Also, if you do want an in-depth personal reading, check out in the description box below all of the options that you do have afforded to you. But let's move on with the reading here. Oh, and by the way, thank you so much for stopping by and choosing me to be your reader. So we're going to do it like I've done in the recent past here. My selenite hat got dropped because the cat dropped it. Anyway, so we're going to use, hold on, I want to keep these close by so that I don't forget. We're going to use the line here to divide it. You see this line? And choose your side. Choose your side because we're going to start player A, player B, player 1, player 2, whatever it is, left, right. All right, so we have our first, no, that's not it. That's not it. Shh, shh, shh. Oh, okay. All right, now we're ready. All right, so this is the main energy for the two. So this one person is the master. They are holding their heart near and dear because, I guess, of past torment, past life experience has taught them to keep their heart caged and their emotions under wraps. So this person is in that energy. This is the most predominant energy for player A, right? And then player B, this is love, love. All right, anyway, so we have these two energies here. Obviously, the other person does have love, but they're frightened to express, show, or even face it. Alright, so let's keep going. I don't have to clarify it. Alright, that's player A. Oh, look at this. So, player B is being encouraged to observe, or player B is potentially stalking player A. Or it could be vice versa. Player A is stalking player B, and player B is being observed by other parties. The energies can be interchangeable. But the point is here to observe the energies and observe the way that they flow, the way that they affect you, the way that people act and react, and etc., etc. So soak it all in. not a time for action, it's a time to observe. This was kind of mentioned in the general reading, so, you know, if you haven't watched it, you'll benefit from, you know, they kind of coincide, except for this is like the romantic focus, all right? And so player A, they're focused on keeping this heart here very protected, and, you know, you're being encouraged here to change your focus. Literally, like, look into the horizon the way that this nun is doing, into the beautiful, beautiful horizon. Like, picture yourself free like a bird. I don't know, and also because there's a lot of like blue, I'm reminded of the air signs. You know, like the birds are flying in the sky, so I'm reminded of like Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. There may be some of that energy flowing. Not to say that you have to be or the other person has to be, could be. That it's in their sun, moon, Jupiter, Venus rising. You know, it could be in any of those. But it's that you are adapting that energy of the air-like zodiac, you know. You're into thought realm. So the player A is definitely caught up in the mind, and they're being encouraged to change the direction of these thoughts. Okay, plain and simple. Control your freaking mind. It's really hard to do. So let's continue here. And we have the obstacle. The obstacle for player A. No. Here it is. The obstacle for player A is to make a move because they're the master of the heart and they're focused on the wrong thing. So this is what their obstacle is. The obstacle for player B . The obstacle for player B is to focus on all the new vitality that they're being shown right now. They're focused on the love, and they're observing the situation, and because they're observing the situation, because they're focused on the love, they're unable to focus on this newborn inspiration that's here. So this is an obstacle for player B. Now, this is how to overcome the obstacle for player A. Detach from all of the things that are keeping your heart bound, from your limited thoughts that you keep having to change the focus on. Detach from that. And for player B, ooh, I had almost missed it. All right, so player B, it's plain and simple. You need to manifest correctly. The greatest manifestors know that it's definitely all about your timing. Timing is divine, and if you are in sync, you are in harmony, you are at one with the universe, your timing will be immaculate and divine, synchronistic, all of that. So be this grand manifestor, step back into your true essence, which is this beautiful vitality, this beautiful, invigorating, contagious energy that you are. Step back into that and manifest from that place, because this is who you are, player B. Player A is highly confused. You've stepped out of your energy. Player A is like, they don't know what to do. All right, so the most likely next move of player A and player B, and then I'm going to put these cards away and we'll go deeper. Okay, so finally, player A is going to manage to detach from all of these nagging thoughts and limiting themselves from emotion, etc., etc., okay? However that may transpire. And they are finally beginning to flow with, you know, this, okay? Player B is going through a healing of emotions and a clarifying of belief of what it is they want in the relationship, realizing now what has transpired here is definitely not it. But there still is love. All right, so I am going to pull 2 more cards. I was guided to just now. The first card is going to be, these are shared energies, right? So the first card is going to be what's dividing player A and player B. Oh my gosh, okay, they gave me all these 3. I'm being told that this is gonna go down. There's a couple different ways it goes down. All right, so this is the divide. Somebody's decided to move on, and that's what's dividing the energy. It's shared, it's mutual, because somebody has decided to move on, either you or them. Because someone has moved on, someone is spying. I was mentioning it for player B, and I was saying how that could be like, you know, interchangeable. Someone is spying. It could be merely as subtle as just looking into readings, but it could be also social media stalking. It could be like actual stalking. It could be having their friends keeping an eye on you type of deal. But this is like keeping control, keeping tabs. Also trying to manipulate your thoughts with their timing and way of expressing. So I don't know if you're doing this or if they're doing this. It's a shared mutual energy that's standing in the way, right? Within the moving on. These two go together, the moving on and the control here. These two are together. Now this is what's bringing you together. This is a shared energy that's bringing you together. Oh my gosh. And you just can't make this up. It's the solar plexus. You guys saw me shuffle and not look, okay? And it's the solar plexus energy. So the solar plexus is your gut instinct. You both knew this from the beginning, whether you realize it or they realize it. But as soon as you guys met or set eyes on each other, you just knew instinctively. The number's 3. I mean, the number for me is very significant here. We have also 2 1s for player B. 11-11 type of deal. Anyway, actually we have 3 1s for player B. 1, 1, 1. And player A has an actual legitimate 11 here. We have 2 8s, which are infinities. I mean, I could just keep going on the numerological aspect here. But we're going to move on from these Psychic Tarot for the Heart cards and pluck a card here from Love Connection. Actually, I'm going to save this for last. 1 second. What we're going to do first is see which of the keepers of the light wants to guide player A and player B for this particular week or this season. So give me the keeper of the light or the keepers of the light for player A, please. Who is the guide that would like to intervene and assist for union or separation, whatever may be the highest good? Who is the guide? Ah, here it is. Okay. Okay, without trying to sound religious, it's the Holy Spirit. This is for player A. And so, you know, you won't hear this frequently, but I don't like to sound religious or indoctrinated. So we have the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. in terms of yourself, you're the sun. You're the flesh carnate version. And Holy Spirit here is your higher self. Run with this, please. Okay? Run with this, because your higher self is trying to speak to you, player A. It's going to be in between the lines. You must read between the lines. Okay? So Holy Spirit is encouraging you to step into a vibration where you are anticipating the miracles, because you just know it from the core of your being. You can feel it in your bones. Expect the miracles. You've put in the work, and God, source, universe, creator, the whole kit and caboodle has got your back. So do you. So why wouldn't it happen? I mean, the odds are ever in your favor, right? So believe it, feel it, revel in that notion. And as far as player B, ooh, too much. Calm down. All right, here it is. So for player B, we have Mahavatar Babaji. I don't even know how to say it correctly. This guy is definitely from India. This is a third eye crown chakra symbol that we have here. Anya chakra, Sahasrara. And so this is talking about your soul expansion. This is talking about the same thing that we were saying right here, the new vitality and the manifesting, okay? I just had to pick them up to like reiterate, then underline. Okay, so he's talking about your connectedness, your soul expansion. This is a very cosmic, fifth dimension and beyond type of card here. And so you are having visions, you are having cosmic downloads, you are having a very creative fifth dimension expansion, and dive into it, and don't be distracted by what you're observing. I mean, don't be detained. Observe it, but don't be detained. Don't be distracted. So call on, if you're player A or player B, ask your ascended masters. They're here for you, for your guidance, for your help, to assist you. This is the Holy Spirit, but this is also your higher self. This is Mahavatar Babaji, but it's your higher self. It's your own soul expansion. It's that sacred geometry that's behind his crown, if you see it all there, and it's with the stars, because you're a star seed. All right, so moving on finally to the love notes. I call these the love notes. I already said the real name, but I like to call them love notes. You know, sometimes you'll hear me talk about the sex deck. It's not legitimately the sex deck. It's called the Mother Peace Round Tarot. But you know, I just call things what I want to call things. I feel like, all right, thank you. That's player A. And what about player B? Oh, very nice. Okay. Kind of shy about it. So messages from player A to player B. Give yourself much more credit. So player B is kind of feeling down in, or player A is feeling kind of down in the dumps about themselves or something, and player A would like player B to be more encouraged about themselves. They're awesome. And so player A wants to tell player B a stranger than strange preponderance to ponder. Those in great relationships aren't always those who are good at relationships, and those in challenging relationships aren't always those who are bad at relationships. Oh, see? Wow. Even though I used preponderance in-depthly, this one's really good. Please ponder. I think I mentioned that in the last reading, and it's so funny that it comes up this week. If you check out the last week's romance reading, I think I was making a reference to this card and I couldn't remember how it went. Because it's so smart. Anyway, so this one is for player B from player A. It's not as if you need anyone, says player A to player B. You're quite the independent. So for as long as you wish to keep them in your life, whoever they may be, understand them as opposed to changing them will wildly improve the chances that they will wish to keep you in their life. On the other hand, you're pretty much stuck with me. Oh wow, I love you. And it came out super shy. That's how this person is feeling because they have their emotions trapped. So, this is our wonderful reading sponsored to you by Selenite Stick. And I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Stay tuned for the Zodiacs. I'm gonna try to cram them all in here this weekend. So, I love you all so very much. Don't forget to leave me in the comment box your email address, any comments that you may have. Of course, I love to hear how this applies or doesn't apply, whatever. Anything you want to tell me. Also, it's my kiddo's birthday, so if you want to leave some birthday love in the comments, I love that. But definitely your email if you want a free card. And I love you guys so much, so check out your weekly reading. I do this for you guys. Thank you for tuning in, for watching me and giving your time to me, choosing me as your reader. It means so very much. So lots of love. I'll see you soon.